Okay, we'll start the recording. Lee Cole here, got Roger Rowe on with me, and Roger is going to show us, he's basically going to lift the hood off of the engine, and he's going to show us exactly how his business works. And I can guarantee you, you've never seen anything like this, and this is going to be absolutely freaking awesome. Tell me if I'm not right at the end of the webinar. Say, Lee, you oversold it a little bit. I can pretty well guarantee you that undersold it. But anyway, Roger, thank you so much for taking the time with these guys.
Well, thanks for having me, Lee. I really appreciate it. I'm excited talking about this stuff, so it's a pleasure for me to get on and ramble about it.
Cool. So just let us, we're looking at your screen, so just let us, you just take over.
All right, let me tell you what I've done. See if I can get this out of the way. I have basically what you guys are going to see tonight is an abbreviated version of the training that I have put out for my advanced students. You're going to see the high octane stuff tonight. This is what I'm going to show you how I do everything tonight. And then at the end, there's no BS about this. We're going to give you an opportunity to come check this out for $5.95 if you feel like it's something for you and you want some more traffic and you want to, if you're looking for those 2,000 ClickBank hops a day, this will be something you're interested in. We're going to give you a discounted chance to take a look at it. But what you're going to look at tonight is the advanced version of what we're doing, and I have abbreviated some of the videos. I've edited some of them for time.
Roger.
Yes.
Let me interrupt a second. Your volume's kind of low.
Okay, let me see what I can do.
That was much better right there. Whatever you just did, do that.
Okay, how about now?
How about it, guys? Let me know if that's any better. It's better for me. Curtis says it's great. Cool. We're ready to rock and roll now.
Good. Okay, good. So what I'm going to show you is the advanced version of what we're doing. We have a starter version and we have an advanced version. If you're advanced, you will be interested in the advanced tutorials where we cover 20 weeks of how to do this in a matter of 8 weeks with some advanced server setup stuff. So I'll just get right into it. You guys probably saw the Google Hangouts where we talked about scraping 1 million keywords and then publishing 1 million pages with those keywords and getting 1 million backlinks a day. Those were what our 3 Google Hangouts were about. And I've got these videos that you're looking at here in my YouTube account are abbreviated versions of all that. And I'm just going to show you how it works. I'm just going to put one on play, and once it's finished, then we will do a little Q&A on that portion if you want to, or you can just write your questions down at your desk right there on your computer, in front of your computer on a notepad, and we'll answer them at the end. Either way you want to go, but I suggest you take notes because this is the exact training. So you guys are getting a freebie on this, and I mean, I've been able to charge a lot of money for this stuff because a lot of people want it. So anyway, here we go. We're going to look at how I scrape 1 million keywords, and I may pause this video and point some things out that maybe may not be too.
Roger, we have a little audio problem.
All right, Lee, how is that?
That's better.
Okay. All right, let's just start this over then.
Okay,
All right,
we're
here we
cool.
go.
We're good to go.
Okay, this is scraping 1,000,000 keywords.
Roger, do you think that we're hearing something?
Are you not hearing the video?
No.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Hold on just a second.
But don't worry about it. I mean, all these guys on here, they're totally cool. So I mean, we're good.
Well, you should be hearing the video. So let me
but
change
Roger,
my microphone settings.
I have another Roger on the webinar, and the other Roger says I think he has to switch mic when playing YouTube video.
Yep. Yeah. That's. I've got to switch it over to. Got to switch it over.
Don't worry, guys. We'll get it. I mean, look, Roger and I finally figured out how to do a hangout.
Yeah,
You know,
that
so
only took us like 24 hours.
That was hilarious.
Okay, so let's do.
They're hard, Rick. They are not. They're not very intuitive.
No, they're not. Okay, I'm going to play this video again, and you guys tell me if you can hear it or not.
We're setting up several jobs at a time.
It's low.
Can you hear that?
It's pretty low though.
So, right.
Okay, hold on just a sec. Unbelievable. Let's see if we can adjust the system volume. Okay, it's all the way up. All right, let's manage these audio devices.
I'm so glad you're doing this and not me.
Let's see.
Roger says go to recording tab, whatever that means.
Yep, it could be over here. That means I can change this back.
Tab. He means go to the recording tab, I think.
Yeah.
On that thing that you were at. There was a recording tab in that window you just had up. Yeah, there you go. So what do we do now, Roger? Roger, phone.
Internal mic will be good. Yeah, okay, let's try this. I got it on the internal mic now. Can you
Still
hear
pretty
that?
low. Still pretty low.
Okay. We've got a combination of things.
Yeah.
A combination of settings, so let's see here. What else does Roger say?
Roger, Fung, help us out. Is the volume in the YouTube player at 100%?
The volume of the YouTube player is at 100%. Let's try the external mic. We'll set that as default.
You got better on that, yeah. Still pretty low.
Well, holy smokes.
I'll tell you what, why don't we do this, just so we can cut to the chase and get the information out there. Why don't you roll, is there any way for you to roll the video and you just talk?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to keep it all synced.
I mean, just tell us where we are and what we're looking at, because I mean, basically you need to tell us what that thing was that you showed us, and
all right,
you know, fill us in on how that thing scrapes 1,000,000 keywords. So just put that thing back up there. I mean, I know what that thing is, but put that thing back up there. And yeah, Rick says we don't need the info. We just need the info. They don't care about the sync.
okay.
Roger, I know 95% of the people on this webinar, they're totally cool. They're just after they're just after the good stuff.
Okay. All right, we can cut this and make it real quick then.
Okay.
Is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that up there, and you just show us, to just point and tell us stuff. You know, this is this is that, this is how that happens.
Okay, all right, let's go back and start at the beginning. Does everybody know what this is?
So
This is Scrapebox. All right, what'd you say, Lee?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. All right, everybody, this is Scrapebox. I don't know how many of you have ever seen it, but this is an extremely powerful tool. It's a very cheap tool. You can get this for $57. It does so much, I can't even tell you what it does because I only use it for 2 or 3 things. And what basically, we use it for scraping Google Suggest. And does everybody know what Google's? This is going to be tough, Lee. It's going to be tough.
Oh, we can do it, Roger. So do you guys know what Google Suggest is? I suspect everybody on here does. Okay,
hold on a second, Lee. Let me see if I can. All right. I need to see if I can get this going because that's.
Can Lee play the video? If Lee had the video, hey, I wonder if I could play the video. But Danny, that would mean that I have to get in there and do all these settings. I'm probably the least technical person on this entire thing. Oh, I could figure it out, Danny, but you know, why?
Can you hear that?
Hey, yeah.
What we're going to find out is we're going to come up with humongous numbers of keywords.
You can't hear that?
This is how,
yeah, that's better.
We're going to be able to scrape 500,000 keywords in just 3 or 4 days. And
can you hear it clear enough for us to proceed?
Yeah, I tell you what, why don't we go with this, okay? Everybody's saying yes. Why don't we go with this, and then if we have a major question about what happened at some place, we can fill that in for them.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. All right,
Okay,
here we go, guys. Sorry about all the trouble.
Okay, so we're on Scrapebox. We're getting ready to scrape humongous keyword lists from several different sources, and what we're going to find out is we're going to come out with humongous numbers of keywords, and this is how you're going to be able to scrape 500,000 keywords in just 3 or 4 days. And what I'm going to show you in this video, particularly right now, is only scraping for one site method. The method for setting up several jobs at a time in Scrapebox is going to come in the next video. So right now, what we need to do, we need seed keywords. Okay, every time you come to Scrapebox, it's best if you have a seed keyword list. So what we want to do is we want to go to Google to get that. So we're going to just go to the Google Keywords tool. And we're just going to sign in here real quickly. Get in here. And okay, we need seed keywords for this niche, and it's scholarship. Scholarships. Okay, we're just going to click on keyword ideas. We're going to search. And you can see it came back with 800. So we want to save all. And then we'll view these as text. It's going to give you these 800. So we just copy those. Okay, and then we're going to go back into our VPS or wherever you have scrape box. Just go to scrape box. And what we're going to do is we're going to get into this keyword scraper. So you click the down button there, click keyword scraper, and before we paste in that list of 800 keywords, I want to show you something really cool that Scrapebox has done for us. We used to have to do this with a script, but now they've added it, and it's the append A through Z. And what this does is it helps to make sure that you're getting everything from all of your content resources, every keyword that you can possibly get, because most of these resources are suggest resources. There's Google Suggests, and there's some other suggestions. And in all those suggestion keyword tools or keyword databases, they hold keywords that people are actually typing in to different search engines. So we want to make sure we get every one of those. So what we do is we put our keyword in here, and then we're going to go down and click Append A to Z. And it says, are you sure you want to append the alphabet, the existing keywords? It will result in 27 keywords total. And I say yes. Okay, and as you can see, what's done is it's added an A, a B, C, a D, an E, and so on and so forth down to Z. And what that means is, what it's going to do is it's going to go to those suggest tools, just like you go and let's go to Google, and I'll show you exactly how this is going to work. So we're going to make sure we get every single keyword we can possibly get. So we're going to say golden, and we're going to wait for Google to suggest. It's a little slow right here. We'll say golden. Okay, now we're not getting anything. All right. Hold on. Got a little internet connection. Okay, golden. Okay, now it's giving me all these suggestions. You can see all these suggestions right here. All right. Let's keep that there. We'll go golden. And now I'm going to space it. I'm going to give it an A. So we got Golden Apple Award, Golden Apple Award Panama City. I happen to be in Panama City right now. Golden Age and Golden Apple. Those keywords that start with golden and the letter A. Okay, those are the suggest keywords.
Now, I just want to interrupt right here one thing. What I'm doing is I'm showing you exactly how. Can you hear me, Lee?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay. What I'm showing you here in this video is exactly how Google Suggests works when you put a keyword into the search box and then you add the letter A. And it's going to be the same when you add the letter B and add the letter C, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna start the video back, but I just want you to understand where we are. So here
that is what Scrapebox is going to scrape for you. But see what happens when we get rid of the A and replace it with a B? Okay, nobody's searching for the keyword golden something. Oh, well, there you go. Golden Boy television series, Golden Boy Oscar de la Hoya, Golden Boy CBS, Golden Birthday, and Golden Boy Cast. So those are keywords that are golden, and then the next word starts with a B. And we can do this so on and so forth with C. There's a C, there's a D, and we're going to make sure that we get every single possible keyword that starts, or the second word starts with the next letter in the alphabet. So let's go back to Scrapebox. And that's what that does. This was golden. Let me just clear this. Okay, so if this was golden, computer's on a little slow. Okay, golden. we do the append, I'm a little bit slow here. Okay? So it appends all of those in there. So that's going to ensure that we get every keyword that's possible as a keyword that people are already searching. So we'll clear that. I'm not sure what's going on here. This is really slow. And we're going to paste in our 800 keywords that we got from Google a minute ago. Okay? These are 800 keywords for scholarships. These are just our seed keywords. Now, 800 is good enough to start with. We might be able to get more if we do some finagling and take some more time, or this and that and the other, or whatever. There's several things you can do, probably squeeze, maybe a few more 100 keywords out, but this is a good, quick, nasty way, and it's going to give us enough so that we pretty well got everything covered. So now we're just going to click append, okay? And it says, are you sure you want to append the alphabet? The existing keywords will result in 21,600 keywords. We say yeah. Okay, so there you go. So free scholarships and free scholarships for the A, B, C, and D. And now let's take a look at our keyword scraper sources. We want to use every one of these. We've got Google Suggest, Yahoo Suggest, Amazon Suggestions, YouTube Suggestions, Bing Suggestions, Google Product Search, Shopping.com, Yahoo Shopping Suggestions, Ask.com Search Suggestions, and Android Market Suggestions.
All right, I just want to stop it right here again, Lee, because I don't know. I mean, maybe there are some people on this call that understand how important and powerful what you just saw is, but there's going to be somebody that doesn't. And when you're talking about the difference between getting, 2,000 or 3,000 keywords and getting 200,000 or 300,000 keywords, or in some niches even 1 million keywords, this is the foundation that allows you to do all that. So I just want to point that out, and now I'm going to restart again.
For Roger.
Yes.
Just for people that, may not be quite as into this. So guys, here's the deal. Google Suggests. The only reason that something pops up on Google Suggests is because a human being somewhere typed that into Google at some point. But human beings being what they are, you and I can't just sit here and look at our computers and think how someone would search for free scholarship, whatever. I mean, our brains just don't work that way. So the power of this method is you're going to cover all of the possibilities that any human being typed into Google, anything that started with the 2 words free scholarships. And then whatever the rest of that string is, you're going to get them all. And that is just completely amazing to me.
Yeah, you're just going to get them all. There's no other keyword tool does what Scrapebox can do with getting you keywords. And I don't care what anybody says. That is the way it is. Hold on, I just lied. There's one other tool that will do as good or a better job as Scrapebox, and it's called a parser. And you guys can look it up. A parser. And it's a Russian tool. All the instructions are in Russian, and you can't figure it out unless you're Russian. And that's just the way it is. So I'll leave it at that. But you guys can look it up. Look up a tool called a parser. A-P-A-R-S-E-R. And I think it could be .com. I can't remember. But either way, it's all in Russian. So good luck with that. I'm going to start doing this.
Okay.
Product search. We're going to get all the keywords that we can out of there. And then we're going to come back to those keywords because this is not a suggest, but we're going to come back and rerun every keyword that we get. Okay? So we're just going to do that now. And we're going to come over here and let's change this level to 2. And that's going to scrape everything twice. And we just hit scrape, and we let it go to work. This is all you have to do. Now there's one more thing that I want to touch on.
All right, before I touch on that next thing, I want to tell you exactly what it means when you change that 1 to a 2. When you're looking at those levels right there, what Scrapebox does is it'll go through level 1 and it'll scrape all these keywords that you see on the left. It'll scrape all the suggestions with each letter that you see on the left, and it'll go all the way through there. Then it'll take that first set of results, move it over to the left and scrape it again, which will give you even more keywords. And what I've found is that by the time you finish level 2, you've got every freaking keyword there is. I mean, basically any keyword you can want that somebody's typing into Google that is in the niche that you're working in, you got everything you need. You'll find out you'll get a lot more duplicates if you go beyond level 2. So I'll just let it play now and we'll finish this out.
We're going to let this go and do its work. One more thing I want to touch on. Scrapebox has some proxies built in for, okay, I can't do anything here because it is open, but Scrapebox has built-in proxies here. I'm not using them because they're a little bit slow for me. What I'm doing is I went to IP Freely and got 30 proxies, and now I'm able to scrape, 50, 60,000 keywords in a matter of 2 or 3 hours. And it's not something I have to sit here and watch. The Scrapebox will work with you keeping an eye on it. So, but if you want to go to IP Freely and get 30 proxies, you can put those proxies in here and replace the ones that come in the keyword scraper with Scrapebox, and things will go a lot faster for you. So when I told you in the thread that we can actually scrape 500,000 keywords in just a couple of days, actually you can. You go in the proxies. And actually the work that you do is only going to take a few minutes, really an hour or 2. And then you're going to let Scrapebox run for 2 or 3 days. So that's how it's going to work. The amount of time that you physically have to sit in front of the machine is going to be 2 hours or less in order for you to get 500,000 keywords. So, and this is exactly how we do it. So I'm going to pause you now, and we're going to come back once this is finished, and we'll wrap it up.
Okay, now some of you, I'm just going to pause this video for a minute. Some of you will hear a discrepancy in what I just said. What I just said on this video, which was recorded months ago, was that you've got a couple of hours in front of the computer to get 500,000 keywords. Well, there's been a new tool, a new plugin come out for Scrapebox, and that tool allows you to do things a lot faster now, and with a lot less time sitting at the computer. So when we told you in the Google Hangouts that, yeah, you can still get 1 million keywords with just 15 minutes of work, it is possible. This is a little bit older video, but all the principles are the same. And we have that advanced plug-in training also inside the forum. So we'll keep letting it go, and we're almost done here. We'll wrap this up and take any questions.
Roger, real quick.
Yeah.
Where you got the proxies from, that's just the letters I, P, and then the word freely?
That's correct.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're back, and as you can see, keyword scraping is completed. So we're just going to OK that. Now, you can look up here in the upper right-hand corner, and you will see that we've got 131,718 keywords. And again, these are our seed keywords, and these came from Google. Okay, so let's remove duplicates and see what we're left with. Just give that a minute to work, maybe a lot of them. Okay, yeah, 65,691 keywords were removed. So what were...
Okay, that's really about it for this video and scraping the keywords. There's some other left over, but it's not anything that's really going to knock your socks off. So
Cool.
We'll just pause that right there. If you guys have any questions on keyword scraping before we go to the next video, go ahead and shoot them now.
Yeah, Roger, that IP freely, do those proxies cost anything?
Yeah, they are shared proxies, and you can get, I think you can get 90 of them now for $17 a month.
Yeah, that's
So
that's hardly worth thinking about. Yeah.
Your scraping. Yeah, right. If you set up, if you know what you're going to scrape, all the niches you're going to scrape in a month, it's only going to cost you $17, and you're going to have more freaking keywords than you even know what to do with.
Cool.
So,
Tom has
any questions?
Yeah,
okay,
we got a question
ahead,
from Tom. He says, is Scrapebox the same as Uber Suggest Tool?
Negative.
And Floyd, so Tom, there you go. It's a negative. So Floyd has a question. Do you leave your computer on for 4 days?
I run Scrapebox on a VPS, on a remote computer, but that's because I do a lot of work with automated tools other than just Scrapebox. But you can run this on a laptop or an extra laptop at your house. That's what a lot of people do.
Okay.
Most of my advanced students are only building 12 sites at a time because that's enough to fill up 2 cPanels. So they just run it, they'll scrape for 2 or 3 weeks from their home machine, and then once they get their keywords, they build their sites out, and they don't have to scrape again for another month or 2.
Nice, nice. Rick, that's kind of an overall question, so why don't we get to that one toward the end? Anybody else got a question while we're taking a little pause here? I think we're good to go. Let's move on.
Okay, so now that we've got all of our keywords, we're gonna go through the process of setting up WordPress Magic in order to get all the content that we need. And this thing's 22 minutes long, so we'll let it run some. I may interject, we may skip on, but there's a lot of information here that is incredible. If you understand what you're looking at now, and you understand that the more posts and pages you have published on the web, the more money you make, this is going to be incredible information for you.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to set up your crimes and how to set up Magic Content Wizard so that we can actually publish all of these keywords in the fastest amount of time possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to log into the site, and I'm just going to show you one site. And so what we're going to do is log into the site, and then we're going to go to the Maintenance tab in WordPress Magic. And as you can see here, here's a cron command. So we're just...
Okay, I'm going to pause it right here because most of the time when I say the 2 words cron command, people's eyes start to glaze over.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that.
I don't want you guys to be lost. Let me tell you what a cron does. Okay, we set WordPress Magic up with all of our keywords and all of our settings, but we don't run those jobs and publish that content right away. Those jobs are stored in a database, and then according to our cron commands and how we have them timed, each one of those jobs is set to run at a certain time every hour of the day, every day of the week. That way, we don't overload our servers all at one time, and we get the most for our money. We can buy a $25 a month reseller account at HostGator and get the same amount of work out of it as you would get from a dedicated server doing everything all at once. So don't get spooked by this cron command. Even the newbies in the forum who didn't know what a cron command was love the cron command for 2 reasons. 1, because it's so easy. Number 2, they don't have to sit there and babysit it, and they can still publish 1 million pages. They can walk away, go to sleep, go to dinner, go have a beer, play with their children, hang with their wife, whatever they want to do. So don't let this spook you. I'm going to take you through the process of setting up crayons in this video. And it's very, very, very simple. Okay, so here we go.
Cool.
Just going to copy that, and we're going to bring that over to a notepad. We're just going to paste that in there. Okay, this is going to work no matter how many keywords you have, no matter what, anything. This is going to be the cron command for the site, and you're only going to have to set it up one time. So from there, we're going to go ahead and go to our cPanel, and we're going to log in here. And as you can see, I'm logged in. Let me just, I'll just go home and show you how to get here. So we log in to the cPanel here, what you're going to see when you log in. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom to Advanced, and we're going to click on Cron Jobs. All right, and that's going to take us here. All right, and this is what we're going to address first. Okay, add new cron job. Okay, so knowing that, we're just going to grab this right here. All right, we're going to go set this cron job, and we're going to go to Common Settings, and this minute is the minute in every hour. This hour is an hour in every day. This day is the day in every month. And this month is the month in every year. Okay? So what we're going to do is start at the top of the hour. What's the top of the hour? It's 0, right? 0 is the very top of the hour. Right there. 0, 0, top of the hour, in parentheses 0. So we're going to allow this new cron, which we'll just go ahead and paste here. We'll let you take a look at this real quick. All right, you can see we paste the whole thing in there. Here's the site name, so you'll know that this cron is exactly the site that you're working on. Okay, and make sure it goes all the way back to PHP space -Q. All right. So we're going to, for this side, we want it to run at the very top of the hour, every hour. All right? Every hour. Okay, so we'll just put that there. All right? Do we want it to run every day? Yep, we want it to run every day. Do we want it to run every month? Yeah, we want it to run every month. And weekday? Every weekday? Monday through Friday? Saturday and Sunday? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday? Weekdays? We want it to run every day. Okay, let's see. And we'll just go with every weekday. For now, that looks like all we're going to get. Okay, so we use this. So we've got this one starting at the top of every hour, once an hour. Starting at the top of every hour. And then we're going to have it run every hour, every day, every month, on all the weekdays. So we're going to add this new cron job. Cron job has been added. Okay? Now.
Okay, I'm going to pause it again, Lee. This, guys, that is not complicated.
No.
Lee, do you think that's complicated?
You know, I was sitting here looking at that, thinking about it, and I was thinking, yes, it's technical, but it is, you don't have to really have any prior knowledge in order to do this, is the bottom line. I mean, it's not like you need to know, you don't need to know anything or have any real skill. I mean, because basically I could take one of my kids and say, look at that, and then go over to my cPanel and do it, and they could do it, you know.
Yeah, you're just choosing things from drop-down boxes. I mean, I can do this a lot faster than what I've done in this video, but I wanted to slow it down for everybody who's never seen a cron job. I mean, I can set this thing up in less than 30 seconds.
Right.
And it's easy for me because I've seen a lot. But this is easy for anybody. You've got 6 drop-down boxes and paste in your cron command that WordPress Magic gives you, and that's it. And you set this thing at the top of the hour. Now on the next one, I'm not even going to. This is so easy. I'm not even going to go let the video go because it just goes and shows you the other 5 cron commands.
Right.
And the only difference between this cron command and the other 5 is this one starts at the top of the hour. The next one starts at 10 after. The next one starts at 20 after. The next one starts at 30 after. Then 40 after. 50 after. That way, none of the cron commands are eating up server resources all at the same time. This is how you spread the work out every hour of every day, of every week, of every month, and you don't burn your server down, but you're still publishing 1 million pages at a time.
That is very cool, Roger.
It is. I'm getting goosebumps. I love being able to do
I mean,
this.
seriously.
And so this is not difficult. All you have to do is follow the instructions that I just gave you. So let's skip along here a little bit. We'll get past all these cron jobs and move on to the next thing. I know you guys your time is valuable. I want to get everything I can across to you in the shortest amount of time. Yeah, these crons took up big time right here. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. We're finishing up the crons right here. We'll just click right.
So, moving on, now we're finished. All right, so now we have all 6 set up. So we're going to go back, and I'm going to show you how to plug in all of your keywords on one side. This is going to be the same thing for every site from here on out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Magic Content Wizard, all right, and then we're just going to pull up our keywords, all right? And you are using Scrapebox. Scrapebox is working with us. We have 58,248 keywords in this case. So we're just going to bring this back up to the top. Now, WordPress Magic is going to allow you to input 10,000 keywords at a time, right? All right. So what are we going to do? We're just going to go up here and start at 1. And we're going to come down until we get to 10,000. There are probably some shortcuts to do this, but I just want to make it simple. And since you're gaining so much time by using these crons, you're becoming a professional scraper and publisher. It's not going to hurt us just to do it the manual way. All right. So we're getting close to 10. All right, we're 10. Now we got 10. All right. So I'm just going to cut all those. We're going to paste them in here. There we go. And your settings, now this is something that you can do in defaults. It's something that you should have already known. I'll go ahead and walk you through here. You want to include an article, include the video. I like to include my comments in the format of FAQ. Here is your Yahoo Answers IP. This is something that you should already have. If you have WordPress Magic, you're aware of this. Default category, we'll just leave that uncategorized, and we're going to randomize this layout template, and we're going to uncheck skip if no article found. Automatically publish post, we want this checked. We're going to exclude keywords, and we are going to uncheck article title. Now, we've got a little something here. Since WordPress updated, we have we have an issue right there. So I'll just, what I'm doing is holding the control button and scrolling my mouse so that we're zooming in a little bit. And now I can click on advanced options. And we're going to leave video dimensions as they are. I like to use the number 50 in my comments because it picks up my comment. Okay, cron settings, you're going to leave this just like it is for the runtime limit. Okay, we're going to save those defaults. All right, now we're going to go back and now we're going to paste these in again. Okay, we've got that. So we're going to, now, we've got all of our settings done except the category. We left this as uncategorized, but this is not how we want to publish. We have 58,000 keywords. We know we can publish 10,000 at a time or input 10,000 at a time. So we're going to have, and since we have 58,000 plus keywords, we're going to have 6 groups. So what I'm going to do right now is call this timeshare 1. Timeshare 1 group. Okay, so we'll add that. And we're going to click advanced options. Let's do a little zooming action there. Okay, and we're going to leave those. We set those already. We set these on the default tab already. You're going to uncheck this, and script method is going to be CURL with no Ajax delay and schedule. Now, when you schedule immediately, that means you're going to be doing a browser run. That is not what we want to do when we're doing these. So I'm going to check this, and let's think back and remember how many scrapes can we do according to our cron schedule.
Okay, I'm just going to pause this real quick. There are some details in this video, and I left them in here for a reason, but these are not really as important to the overall overview of what you really came here to find out and what you're watching this video for. But I wanted you to see the level of detail that I go into in the training videos, and like I said, this is an actual training video. It's just an abbreviated version, but I go into a level of detail that just removes all doubt from your mind about what you need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and go through these details. It's almost over now, but I just wanted to make that point.
Roger, before you get started,
Yes.
just to make sure everybody understands this, WordPress Magic, that's the plugin that's going to mash up all this stuff and publish your pages.
Yeah, all your content.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
We've got 60 scrapes every 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes has 600 seconds in it, and 600 seconds divided by 10 seconds per scrape in WordPress Magic is going to give you 60 scrapes every 10 minutes. Okay? So we want to make this 60. We're going to turn that into 60. All right? And then we're going to click Go. And we're getting an internal server error right now, but this will pop up and tell you everything you need to know.
Actually, nothing will pop up if the server's not broken, but I got that fixed. Just walk through the process after I did some troubleshooting. So we're just entering the keywords in again. I'm checking the advanced options to make sure that they're exactly the way I want them. Click and go. Now you can see the button at the bottom says initializing. You might not be able to see it, but it says initializing. And what it's doing is putting all those keywords into the database to get ready for the crons to come back and activate them so that they go out and get your content. And this is going to take between 20 and 30 seconds when you're inputting 10,000 keywords at a time. So it's not a big deal. It's really not hung. It's just doing everything that it's supposed to be doing.
Okay, and that is what is supposed to happen when everything's going with your server. It's just going to complete the job, and it's going to refresh the page, and now we can go to scrape summary, and we can see that this has been scheduled, okay?
Okay, I'm just going to pause this real quick to make a couple more points. You can see that I have active jobs in the status column where you see the blue rectangles. This tells you everything that's going on your server and with your jobs. You'll see active, you'll see running, and you'll see completed. Those are the three statuses that you'll see. You don't really need to see anything else because everything else is being handled in a more raw form, and it's all being done on your server. So really those status bars are really the only thing that you're really interested in. There's nothing else you can control, and once you have that job set just like that and those crons scheduled like we scheduled earlier in this particular video, that's all you can do, and that is all you have to do. And WordPress Magic is going to work around the clock, 365/7, publishing your content. Lee, do you have anything at this point?
No, we're good.
All right.
So I mean, this is amazing, guys.
Wahoo sell by owner on classified Craigslist. Now let's go back and take a look at that. Okay, and that was indeed our first keyword, and that is indeed what WordPress Magic is telling us is the next keyword that will be run when this cron triggers. Okay, so that's how it works. Now, that is 10,000 of the 58,000. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to go back to Magic Content Wizard, and we're going to go find our second 10,000 keyword.
Okay, that's really it, guys. You saw the process from beginning to end one time. The rest of it is just rinse and repeat. Put your 10,000 keywords in there, double check, make sure your advanced options are the way you want them to be. And or like we prescribe, like I prescribe, I'd like you to build your sites the same way I build them so that you get the same results. So you just rinse and repeat. Your crons are already set, so all you have to do is input these 10,000 keywords at a time until you run out of keywords, and then literally walk away from it because it's going to do the job for you. You do not have to sit there and babysit it.
I think in reality, going all the way from scraping the keywords to this point, you've got less than an hour's worth of your time in this.
Oh, there's not. If there's an hour's worth of your time at this point, I'd be really surprised.
Yeah.
Really, really surprised. I mean, we're not even at an hour yet. We're only at 40 minutes, and y'all can listen to me ramble and repeat myself.
True. Yeah.
So, did anybody have any questions about the content generation?
Any question? We got some questions about stuff that I know you're going to talk about in a little bit. Any questions up to this point? In anything that you're dying to know? Tom wants to know where the content comes from, and Danny wants to know if you've used this for local businesses.
We have used this for local businesses. It's actually gotten better in the last 6 months for local businesses than it ever was before because of one of our content sources, which I do not feel comfortable revealing in a public forum.
You just say whatever you're good with.
Where all the content is coming from content sources that know that we're getting their content, and we observe their rules, their terms of service. We don't break their rules because we want to keep them as content sources because they're very good content sources. Some of them we scrape live through an API. Some of them we scrape live through an API and store them in a database. It just depends on which one it is. YouTube and Yahoo Answers, we scrape those live when the script is actually running on your server. It's actually connecting with the API, Yahoo Answers and YouTube, and grabbing the content live. On the other sources, which are all article directories, we are putting those in a database because of some limitations that their APIs have, but we're still following terms of service. So everything's on the up and up.
Cool.
Okay, so now we've gotten all of our keywords. We've published all of our keywords, and I'm going to show you a setup right now. This is just 3 minutes and 22 seconds of ClickBank Magic Pro, and what this plugin is a redirect plugin. Any traffic that comes into your site, you can redirect to one or more URLs depending on what category that traffic hits, and this is how we get traffic straight from the search engine results straight to the relevant sales page, which skyrockets your commissions. So we'll play that one right now.
We have run our content, and WordPress Magic is doing its job. Now we need to set ClickBank Magic Pro to redirect to our squeeze page. We're going to send all of our traffic so that we can collect emails, and this is just how I do it. Some people redirect straight to the merchant on ClickBank. I prefer to grab everybody's emails. It turns out to be more profitable in the long run.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. Most of my students right now are simply direct linking to sales pages, and if you guys have seen me post some of the earnings, commissions, and clicks that these guys are getting, they're direct linking. Now, okay, because I've been doing this for 5 years, I've got a better idea than a new person does on what is going to convert and how I should be handling that traffic. So I send all of mine straight to a squeeze page because I have that knowledge. And if you stay at this game for 3 to 6 months, and maybe earlier, but if you play at this game and you watch the data and you study and pay attention, you'll know the same thing that I know, and you'll know which ones to direct link, and you'll know which ones to build an opt-in page for. And that is something that you just get with experience. It's not something that somebody can really teach you. You've got to become a master at identifying those opportunities, and all the information that you're getting as you build these sites and go through this process that I'm showing you, that is the information that gives you that experience to mature and seize as a marketer so that you don't make as many mistakes and you don't have to do as much testing as you did in the beginning. So we'll just keep going.
Roger, can I ask a quick question?
Yep, absolutely.
I want to make sure everybody understands this direct linking thing. So let's just go through the whole thing. So somebody gets on Google, they type in one of these long tail keyword phrases, your page that you created on your site comes up, they click on that in the search results. They click on that, then what happens?
They go straight to the sales page for a relevant product.
So basically, guys,
along with my affiliate link.
Now, so basically what's happening is they're not landing on, now you guys got to understand how cool this is. They're not landing on the site you created. They're just going straight to the ClickBank sales page. So, Roger, Google doesn't have an issue with that?
Google uses redirection in their framework all the time, and they do it for different reasons, many of which are the same reason that we do it. they say that they don't like it. They say not to do it, but I do it anyway.
Okay.
And,
Cool.
And
I asked that question because you hear that, and I knew people were sitting around wondering that.
Yeah, and here's the deal. First of all, I don't like people who say, do as I say, not as I do. That pisses me off. Second thing is that we are giving the user the same good user experience that Google says that they want their visitors to have. So sending that visitor to an ugly automated site is not my idea of a good user experience. And then making them click a banner to get over to the sales page, you're just making the visitor work harder. Right. We just send them straight there using the same technology that Google uses on an everyday basis, and you wouldn't believe the difference in commission.
So really, Roger, the only reason that this automated site is built, the only reason is to get a bunch of links as high on page one as they're going to get and a bunch of search results so that when people click on those links, they go to ClickBank.
Exactly. Or they go to your AdSense site, or they go to your Amazon site.
Right. Your totally white hat AdSense site with no automation, nothing that's going to get your AdSense account, hammered by Google, totally sitting there lily white. This is so freaking amazing. It's just, I can hardly sit down. I might have to just stand up and pace.
This is just how we harness technology to do a better job, to give the user a better experience so that we make better money.
There you go.
The better experience we can make it for the visitor, the more money we're going to make. That's Google's business model too. And it's a good one. It's the most profitable one on the internet, so why not copy it?
Works for me.
So here we go. I'm going to explain how this works now.
Magic Pro. And we've already done all the setup for the license, so all we have to do now is choose our settings here and input our redirect URL and save the changes, and we'll be good to go. So I'll go right through here. These are SPY settings, and these settings are very important. There are many ways that you could, many combinations that you can use these settings, but for this digital product marketing automated site, we're going to do it just like this.
Okay, I'm going to stop it. Now, you guys see the two options there. If SPY, one says redirect to whatever you decide to put into this box. The second one says if SPY, do not redirect. Why would we do that? Because we don't want SPYs, manual reviewers from Google, or the Google bots to be redirected when we know it's against their terms of service, right? So are we being smart, or are we being something else? I can tell you right now that I've never, using this tool, I've never had a site de-indexed for redirection because of the money and the time that we put into coding it. Google bots are not redirected, and if you did not come from the search engine results, from clicking a page where from clicking a link where one of my pages in the search engine results, you do not get redirected. If you go straight to this site, like you just type in the domain and then go to one of the pages, it will not redirect you because we've written those rules into the coding so that nobody that is interested in what we're doing ever knows what we're doing.
Cool.
So we're just being smart, we're being prudent, and that's what those settings are all about. Yes, it's against Google's terms of service, and yes, we found a way to do it without getting caught. So if anybody doesn't like that, they'll just have to turn me in.
We're going to leave the default checked. just leave this default radio button checked. And here, as you can see, uncategorized is the only category that we have. Now, these are self-discovered. I will give you a link to go read more about how to use ClickBank Magic Pro in depth. But when you're first setting up a site, uncategorized is going to be the only category you have. And what you want to do is simply put in, paste in or type in the URL to where the squeeze page is. And if you are watching this video as part of training, you will have this information around because you created your own squeeze page, or if you are building these sites for me, I will have given you this URL already before. So we'll go http / and squeeze page domain.com. Now this is obviously, this is just an example. So, but that's it. And you don't have to do anything with sample page. You can just put your squeeze page domain URL right here, save changes, and that's it. Now every page that someone goes to in the uncategorized category will be redirected to this URL. And that is the end of ClickBank Magic Pro settings. And I'll see you in the next video.
Okay, there's a little more to ClickBank Magic Pro than that, but I'm really not comfortable with putting it out in the public realm.
That's cool.
I'd love to share it with my customers, and I will, and I do. And it's I've got it set at a good price. The plugin that I was using 4 years ago that did this same thing cost me $300 plus $100 a year, and everybody in my forum gets this one for $27. So I'm not making a whole lot of money on it, but I do like to see people get excited and make commissions.
Roger,
Okay,
this is so
we've done
much.
that, and yep.
This is so much more advanced than when I went through your forum. I mean, this is like
It is.
I mean, this is light years ahead of what you had. When was that? 2.5 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, 2.5 to 3 years ago.
Yeah, two years ago, 2.5 years ago. I mean, this is incredible.
We really spent a lot of time refining and refining and refining. As more data comes in, I mean, we're always testing, but as more data comes in, we learn more and we can refine the process a little bit better. And you know, we just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, you know, and everything. And we've made it through all of the pandas and penguins and all that. We're doing exactly what Google wants us to do. We're just doing it in our own way.
Right.
I'm just like that. I do things my own way. I've got a way I like to do things, and that's what I do. I usually don't follow other people too much with what I'm doing, because most people aren't willing to go through the trouble to sit down and test all the things that I'm willing to sit down and test.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like to figure it out for myself.
Cool.
Okay, so we're going to do some momentum. We're going to do momentum posting, and then we're going to do the LE intro. And I tell you what, I think we're going to abbreviate both of these things, and because we're already running over 15 minutes, and we've got 30 minutes more of video. And if you guys, well, of course, all this stuff is going to be in the forum. If you guys are interested in getting in this training, this interests you, and getting thousands of affiliate clicks a day, you can see all of this anyway. So we'll just go through here and see.
Why don't we ask everybody on the call? You know, kind of like what our group wants to do.
Exactly how I use WordPress.
I mean, guys, Roger's willing to step us through the whole thing. And I think that's really, really cool. And you see he's got a ton of really amazingly cool stuff. Do we want to go on with seeing more of these little tidbits, or do we want to just have question answer? So Say yes if you want to continue on seeing these videos. Say no if you want to stop and just sort of wrap it up and have Q&A.
Hey, Lee, we can do these last 2 videos tomorrow.
I'm getting a bunch of yeses. Let's just go ahead and do them.
Okay, all right. We'll just go ahead and do them then.
Momentum and conjunction. Okay, now I'm going to show you exactly how I use WordPress Momentum in conjunction with ClickBank Magic Pro. Okay, what I'm going to show you here in this video is another plugin called WordPress Momentum. I based this plugin off of a previous plugin called Rank Tracker that belongs to Paul Force, so you guys have probably heard of him. He's my hero. Paul Force, he's my hero. When I found that plugin, that's when everything started moving in a positive direction for me, because if you know which of your sites and which posts or pages on that site and what keywords you're ranking for on that site, what position you're in Google, that is very valuable information, and it's actionable information, and this is the kind of information that makes you money. So just keep that in mind as I walk you through this video. This is very, very important stuff and very cool too. Redirection script that we use have a certain way of doing things. First of all, WordPress Momentum tracks all of my posts and all of my sites inside of Google, and it comes back and tells me what we are already ranking for. And when we find out what we're already ranking for, we like to give Google more of what we're ranking for by grabbing keywords from Google Suggest, which WordPress Momentum does for you. And once we grab those keywords from Google Suggest, and Google Suggest provides you with keywords that people are already typing. These are actual searches with search volume inside Google, so it's something that they're looking for more information on. This is how we beat everybody else in the search engine rankings and make money by building the automated sites that we build. So I've gotten this email. Yeah, as you can see, I've got it labeled WordPress Momentum emails, and as you can see, I have about 3,300 of these built up in this account. So what I'm going to do now is show you the exact process that I go through. And as you can see here, at My Home Solar Panels, free lessons, this is actually a tag page, which will not redirect at this time, but free lesson plans, page 4. Free lesson plans, that looks like maybe a teacher who's looking to copy some lesson plans from online, and we're ranking this post, or this page is ranking at number 6 for Google with a keyword phrase, lesson plans for teaching volume of a cuboid. Now, volume of a cuboid, this keyword is actually 2 keywords. The first part of this keyword is lesson plans for teaching. The second part of this keyword is the object of basically what has been typed in as a sentence at volume of a cuboid. Now, this is going to be rare, but this part is very important. There are all kinds of people looking for lesson plans, even parents with their children trying to help with their homework. They're looking for lesson plans so they can learn and make things easier. So we're going to concentrate on that. And we know that lesson plans are not going to be, this keyword, lesson plans for teaching, is not going to be good for physical products. There are no physical products that you can buy that I'm aware of where we could redirect this traffic to make money off of it. Obviously, this is not going to be a digital product. It's not going to be an ebook from ClickBank. It's not going to be a plug-in or a piece of software. So we can't, we're not going to be able to monetize it with a digital product like an ebook or a piece of software. What does that leave us with? That leaves us with AdSense. So what we're going to do is keep AdSense in our mind when we're trying to find more keywords from WordPress that are relevant to the ones we're ranking for. So what we're going to do is we're going to click here on number 3, and this is going to take us to this site, as you can see it here, and fetch momentum keywords by following the directions below. Truncate all but the main key phrase to 2 to 3 word phrases. And then here's a couple of examples. And like I said, there are 2 parts to this search phrase. One is lesson plans for teaching. The other is volume of the keyboard. Let me just fix this. Okay, now, and then the second part of the key phrase is volume of the keyboard. Now, we know this is probably not going to return us any results. So we're actually just going to delete that and get rid of it. And we're going to get rid of the white spaces that we created here too by our little nice mistake. So lesson plans for teaching is what we're going to concentrate on. We're going to see, by truncating that key phrase down to lesson plans for teaching and hitting submit, we're going to ask Google Suggest what other keywords are people searching for already that we can monetize and make money with. So we're going to click the submit button. Okay, and it says submission complete, check your email for momentum keywords. So we'll just click OK there. All right, and let's get into our inbox. Just pull that over. And as you can see, WordPress Momentum delivers, and this is the domain. So we're going to look and see what Google Suggests brought us back. Momentum delivers profitable keywords. Lesson plans for teaching. That was our main keyword that we left in, right? Well, look at all these other keywords that people are already searching for. And we know that we can make money with these with AdSense. That's based on our experience. We know we're not going to make money with these at ClickBank. We know we're not going to make money with these at Amazon or eBay. So we're going to get these with our AdSense. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab those, copy them, and we're going to go back to the site where we found them, which is myhomesolarpanels.info. I'm going to pause. Okay, for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to go to Home Solar Panels because we're doing some changes with WordPress Magic and it will not work over there. So this is a site it's going to work on. But when you get these keywords, you automatically want to go to the site where it's ranking, obviously. So but for this demonstration, we're just going to go to this site. So we'll go to Magic Content Wizard. We'll just paste our, let's create a category. This is going to be, make sure I get this right, lesson plans for teaching. Okay. Lesson plans for teaching. Okay, so I have that. As you can see, lesson plans for teaching, and we're going to go to FAQ, include an article and a video, and we want to post all of these on the same day. Okay, so we'll do nothing with calendar. We'll do posting, and we'll make sure that this is set on 50 number of comments. So we'll paste these in, and we'll randomize them, and then we'll click go.
Okay, I'm just going to pause that there. You guys have seen that already. There's no reason for you to see it again. We just walked through the same process. Momentum posting is just a term that I use that lets everybody know that I have gone through WordPress Momentum, got some new words from Google Suggest. We're going to publish those in a category by themselves, and then go back into ClickBank Magic Pro and redirect that entire category to a page where we know we can make money on it. In this case, it would be an AdSense page about lesson plans. So that's basically going to wrap up this video. Anybody have any questions on this one?
I'm not seeing anything.
Okay, pretty straightforward stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're going to move into the linking introduction, and if you thought any of this other stuff was cool, this is the coolest of the cool. We're slinging about 1 million keywords a day with this link exchange tool, and I'm just going to show you this video right now.
Okay, guys, now I'm just going to log into Link Exchange and show you exactly what we developed WordPress Link Master Pro for, even though in the video we gave you some ideas on what you could use WordPress Link Master Pro. I mean, it would be good for any of your SEO campaigns, any of that stuff, external campaigns, anything you're going to be doing to get some deep linking. Anyway, just going to log in a Link Exchange here and show you a couple things. And a little slow. Okay, as you can see, this is my linking activity.
Okay, I'm gonna pause this here and redirect your attention. What you see in this graph, this is the number of links that I'm getting every hour, and this is just one install of this tool. This tool is $25 a month. You can have as many installs as you want. And the reason I use different installs is because I like to link at different velocities for different groups of sites based on age, number of pages that they have. So I have all my sites really categorized into several different categories. Some of them are digital products, some of them are physical products, some of them have 1 million pages, some of them have 10,000 pages. And they all require a little bit different linking strategy. They don't really require it, but I test it, and I've got a good bottom line that works for sites that are 6 months old. I've got a good bottom line that works for sites sites that are a year old, and so. But I personally use several different of these installs. So what you're seeing here in this graph is a number of links that I'm sending to the sites that I have tied to this install. But I want to redirect your attention right here. If everybody, I don't know if you can see that number in the bottom left-hand corner, but it's 4,399,942. Okay, 4,399,942 links. I currently have, okay, because I use 922 at this point in the day, of this particular day, I have 4,835,948 points to spend. Each point is one link. 1 point equals 1 link. So I have banked, just in this one install, 4,835,948 links. If you know anybody else that can bank that kind of links and have those sitting there waiting to go wherever you want them to go to any of your sites, I'll eat my shoe, because Nobody else in the mainstream affiliate marketing world is using this tool. This tool has about maybe 100 users. It's been out for years. The reason nobody uses it is because it is hella complicated. It took me 8 months to master this tool, and I had to learn command line in order to be able to install it and make it operate the way that I wanted it to operate. But that's 4,835,948 links or points that I have just on this one install. Now, if anybody can match that, I'll eat my shoe. I'll give you 30 minutes to call everybody you know. I'll get on a Google Hangout, and I'll do it live.
But Roger, just so everybody here understands, it is not going to take these guys 8 months to get this thing up and running.
No, it's not, because here's what we did. It's so difficult, and it's such a learning curve that it's just too much. It's too much for most people. So I taught my assistant how to install and operate this system, how to set it up for everybody. And we charge $25 a month to host your installs, up to 2 installs, and we also handle the management of the system. So it costs you $25 a month to get the tool, then we host it and manage it for you for another $25 a month. And this is this tool alone is responsible for a 32.3% increase in traffic, and commissions are right there with it. It may not be exactly 32.3%, but it's really close. Because obviously the more traffic you get, the more money you make. So they correlate. They're parallel. But this is incredible. This is 10 times cooler than all the rest of it put together.
Yeah, this is scary cool.
It is scary, isn't it?
It's really amazing.
With 5 million links on one install, that's crazy. So anyway, I just want to draw your attention to that in case you can't see those numbers, and I'll just let you listen to the rest of it.
These are all the links I'm getting. I have gained 49,980 links today, and I've only used 922. So I haven't logged into this particular account, and companies do. I have amassed 4,835,948 points since the last time I logged in, so I'm really going to have to up my spend rate and get rid of some of these. But I'm going to tell you quickly about this. My link sharing settings is throttling my views 20, and this is not supposed to be here. And we're going to cache this for 30 days and save that, and make sure retrieval settings, and we've got that set like we want it. And basically what this does is you import links, okay? And I showed you how WordPress Link Master Pro here on the export page gives you this file URL. So I'm just going to copy that.
Okay, just to fill everybody in. This is a tool we spent several $1,000s developing. It took us about 5 or 6 months to get it developed. And what it does is you put these 2 plugins on every one of your sites. Then you put this other plugin on your master blog where you got on the same server where your link exchange tool is installed and operates, and you click a couple of buttons, and this plugin goes out to every one of your sites, whether you have 100 sites or whether you have 100,000 sites. It doesn't matter. This plugin goes out and collects the links to every page on every site that you have, and that can be done in a matter of 15 to 20 minutes a week and get them uploaded into your tool. So When I say you can get 1 million links a day with 15 to 20 minutes worth of work a week, it's no BS. Just watch what's about to happen right here.
Let's see. And I'm going to go into import white hat links. This is imported white hat link settings, and I am going to import links, and I'm going to import links from CSV URL path. So you don't even have to fool with any of the spreadsheet work or anything like that. You just put your path URL in there, and you import those links, and the links were successfully imported. Boom, you close that up, it reloads, and there's the first one. So we'll just go right back over here.
Okay, let me take you back real quick. Let me just show you what just happened.
Set it up, it reloads, and there's the first one. So we'll just go back over here.
Now, as you can see, I clicked this link, and I didn't mean to. I just clicked it, and what shows up is a CSV. It's basically a CSV document. Okay, I paused it. This is every link in this particular batch that we want to get backlinks to, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but the first thing in the CSV is the keyword. The second thing is the link. And this tool does all this for you. Man, it was taking us 30 minutes per site every week to get all the new links out of it, because WordPress Magic is posting all the time. We're posting tons and tons and tons of new pages every day of every week of every month. So we had to log in once a week, and look, I have 5,000 websites. We realized really early on that there was no way. It was going to take 3 or 4 people to do nothing but download links and upload them into the link exchange. So we came up with this automated way, and this bot is basically what it is a bot built into this plugin, and it goes out to every one of your sites and grabs all your new posts on every site, brings them back, puts them in a CSV format. You can download this into a notepad, you can download it into a spreadsheet, but that's why I said just a minute ago during the video, you don't have to do any of that spreadsheet work, because Link Exchange just allows us to put the URL of this CSV in, and it just grabs them automatically. So take a look at it.
Go right back over here. The next one. Go back and import from CSV URL path. Paste that in. Choose white hat. Sure you guys remember from the video above, we chose white hat, which is the only category at this point right now in WordPress Link Management Pro. We have a black hat category ready to add, but we just haven't added it because we haven't really figured out exactly what we're going to do with the black hat side yet. So we'll do that. We got that one in, and I'm just going to, I know we have 4 of these, so I'm going to change this to 3. And everything's correct. I'm going to import this set. Okay, and I'm going to go back again and change 3 to 4 and import those links. Those are successfully imported. Close that up. It's going to sync everything up. And there you go. I've got pages 1 through 8. And these are all of my links, all of my pages on my sites that I'm going to get links to.
Okay, guys, that's really the meat of everything right there. I can't show you anything slicker than that, because that is the slickest stuff I've got. And it's twice as slick as anything you've ever seen probably from anybody else when it comes to search engine marketing. And I've spent a long time, a lot of years gathering all this stuff up and building these tools. and I'm so excited about it. I'm about to jump out of my skin right now. This is better than having 2 girlfriends to me, but I'm kind of a nerd like that. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and shoot them now, and I'll sit here and answer anything you got all night long.
Questions about the websites, not about the 2 girlfriends.
Okay. Well, I'll answer those too.
Hey, Rick says it's amazing stuff. Yeah, this is mind-blowing, guys. You know, I would venture to guess that you've probably never seen a webinar with this level of stuff on it, or if you have, it's a rare experience. So we had, Roger, are we into like the major Q&A now?
Yeah, let's go into Q&A. If they don't have any specific questions about link exchange and backlinking, we can go straight into the other stuff.
I've had a couple of questions about PageRank. You know, the whole spam link, PageRank, is it a quality link? Is it not a quality link? Can you just help us through all of that?
Yeah, I can. I can make it real simple for you. PageRank doesn't mean a hill of beans about nothing. Don't worry about it. PageRank is not going to make you any money, and if things don't make me money, I don't worry about them. I only concern myself with the things I can control. And no, if you've got what they're really asking, Lee, is can I use these links to drive my page from 100 in the search engine results up to number 1?
Correct.
That's what they really want to know.
Really?
It's not really about PageRank. They want to know if they can drive it from number 100 up to number 1.
Bottom line, does this linking work? Yes.
Yeah, this linking works, but it doesn't work like regular linking does. And I will tell you that it will drive, these links will drive that site halfway there. But if that page is so important to you and it's making you so much money, which it's not because it's sitting at 100, but if it's that important to you, you need to do some of the other kinds of backlinking. But I can tell you right now, if you've got a page that's sitting at 100 or position 50, that freaking page ain't made you a dime yet, and it ain't likely to. So why would you possibly worry yourself about it? Do you want to grab these links and maybe go sell them to someone else? Don't do that. It's a waste of your time. For the pennies you get for that, you could be getting affiliate commissions. So this kind of linking is not the regular kind of linking. This linking is good for what we're doing, and that's all it's good for. Well, it's not all it's good for, but if you're not going to get results that you do out of something like EDU links or YouTube links or something like that.
But it really doesn't matter. If I understand this correctly, Roger, let's say you got a site with 10,000 pages on it. Well, I mean, this is a giant numbers game, basically. Not all 10,000 of those pages are going to end up on page 1 for the search result for the given keyword phrase.
No, they're not.
So basically, because you're publishing such a massive amount of content, some of them are going to rank a lot easier than others, and you're just sort of giving those ones that rank easier a little more juice. And if you're publishing 100,000, 500,000, million pages, then of those, the ones that do rank are going to make you plenty of money.
Exactly. I'm not in love with any one page out of the millions of pages that I have. The only ones that I give a rip about are the ones that are making me money.
I mean, this is basically a giant machine that is just basically spewing out millions of pages, enough of which get ranked on page 1 for these long tail searches, which you know people are doing because you started with Google Suggest. And then when somebody just happens to type that in, bam, they go to ClickBank, bam, they go to some totally lily white AdSense site, bam, they go to Amazon according to, you know, what would sell for, you know, what's a better matchup for that given search.
Right.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, Michael makes the point that when people click on your index page, it redirects to your offer anyway. Correct, Michael. They're not really ever going to see the page. So, yeah, it's really the goal is to get that link, to get a lot of links, and that's to publish 1 million pages and to use this machine to get a lot of links on page one for some subset of that 1 million pages. But if it's 1 million pages, that subset's going to be huge. And that's a huge play. That's a huge long tail play is basically what it is. Mm-hmm. And out of that, you're going to have a few people, infrequently probably, on each page. But who cares if you got 50,000, 100,000 pages that are on page one? And Michael, you're right. When they do the Google search and they see the search result and they click on that link to go see the page, they go straight through to the to whatever the money page is.
Yeah, and you guys have seen it 100 times. You just never recognized it because you didn't understand the science behind it, the technology behind it. You have seen this 100 times. I guarantee it.
Surely.
Because I know some of the guys that are doing it. Look, I have a friend who does the same thing I do, and he has the capability of publishing 60 million pages a day.
I nearly said a bad word.
When he told me that, I almost came unglued because I know what niches he's working in, and he is freaking killing it.
Right.
Killing it. Just killing it.
That's incredibly cool.
Lee, I can't publish 60 million pages a day. I don't have the tools for it, and he's not going to give me access to his tool because it's his tool, and he ain't selling it.
Well, I wouldn't either. Danny, that's a 6 followed by 7 zeros. Danny was saying how many? 60 million a day. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
So let's get to these guys are interested in this. Hang on. Reg says, so monetization is AdSense and or ClickBank, through that redirect, or it could be Amazon. And Roger, one thing that you and I talked about as we were planning the Hangouts that I didn't know you were doing that just totally floats my boat because I'm like a big email marketer, is you're going an extra step here. You personally are just seeing what, doing this, seeing what, is going to, seeing which one of these is going to pay for the ClickBank offer, for the whatever. And then you're putting a nice intermediary step in there of sending them to a squeeze page for a freebie. And then once they get that freebie, then that goes to the ClickBank offer, and you're going to sell maybe 80% of what you would have sold anyway. But you're building some huge email lists.
Right.
And guys, I hope you understand the power of those. Those email lists, so let's look at it like this. And Roger, I don't know if this is a niche. I'm not trying to, you and I didn't talk about this. I'm just free-forming here because I'm totally excited. Weight loss. You and I both know that people who are interested in weight loss buy multiple things. I mean, I have several books about losing weight, South Beach diet this, South Beach diet that, working out, all that stuff, People are multiple buyers. Because some people just can't lose weight. Some people are just interested in health. So you're building a massive email list for weight loss. I mean, suddenly you can start, every 2 or 3 days, sending them a new ClickBank offer. I mean, even Amazon, even new books published on Amazon, sent to a list big enough, even though Amazon commissions are pretty small, you're still going to make some big money doing that.
Yep.
That is massively exciting to me.
Yeah, let me see if I can explain it in terms, not that they can understand, but just in a kind of just let me just see if I can explain that.
Yeah.
What we do, what I teach my students to do, I don't do this anymore because I've been through so many. I've got a good idea on what's going on anyway. But I want everybody to learn for themselves so they don't have to depend on me. you don't need to depend on me because I might not be here tomorrow. I got a lot of dangerous hobbies. I may be killed in a plane crash tomorrow. So you need to learn how to do this for yourself. And here's the best way to do it. You build 1,000,000 pages, you redirect 5,000 hops over to a ClickBank product for a good ClickBank niche, and then you find another product and you change that redirection link and you send 5,000 links over to this next product, and then a couple weeks later you send another 5,000 links over to a third product, and once you've gotten all those 15,000 links sent to those 3 products, you look and see which one made you the most money, whether it be A, B, or C. Let's just say it was C. C made you more money than A and B. So what you want to do now is, instead of direct linking that traffic over to Fat Burning Furnace or whatever it is, if we're talking about the weight loss niche, you want to insert your squeeze page there and give them something for free and send all that traffic now to your squeeze page. You get them on the list. Once they confirm in their email, then you redirect them onto the sales page anyway. But now you got them on a list, and because we know humans are multiple buyers and things that they're interested in, just like I have probably 60 plus books on ancient civilizations. That's because I'm interested in ancient civilizations. That's one of my hobbies. So I'm a multiple buyer in that niche, and I've bought every book that many of those authors have ever written. So I'm a multiple customer for each of those guys. And every other human who is interested in something is the same way. So you get them on that email list, and you start feeding them exactly what it is that they're looking for, and it's a lot easier to buy when things are coming right into your email box than if you have to go out and search them.
Very cool.
And that's why we do what we do.
And then you got yet another step where you take C, rewrite the sales letter so that it's totally yours, and then you're making, you basically doubled your money, given that you got a 50% ClickBank commission.
We're going to give it to them all, Lee. We're going to give them everything. Give them everything tonight.
Well, I mean, this is, that's the purpose of this webinar. This is not a marketing BS webinar.
No, here's the deal, guys. If you are an affiliate for Fat Burning Furnace in the weight loss niche, and you send traffic over there, that guy, the creator of that product, is going to give you a 50% commission. Maybe it's 60, maybe it's whatever. Let's just call it 50. It's a $35 product. You're going to make $17.50 off of it. Well, you're being smart. You know how to get traffic. Then you know you need to get that traffic on your email list. So you're a very, very smart affiliate, right? Okay. Then you're making $17.50 out of every sale. Then, if you're smart and you're not lazy, you buy 5 ebooks about weight loss. You read them all and rewrite the information into your own ebook, put it on ClickBank, and then start sending all of your traffic to your own product. You just went from $17.50 a commission to $35 a commission. If you were making $50,000 yesterday, you're now making $100,000 today.
Sweet.
It's pretty simple math.
Sweet. And you can get people getting something like that written, guys, is not hard.
It is
not really that expensive.
No, writers are so dumb and hungry, they just want to write, that they'll write something like that for you for $500.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Literally nothing. That's 10 sales, 15 sales at $35 a pop. So it's nothing. You can create products and have everybody else do the work, and it is nothing. I mean, obviously, I've gone the long way around here, and I've done years of testing and to create everything that I've created. But if I had been really smart, I would have just gotten somebody else to do it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anybody else on the planet who could have figured this out, Roger, frankly.
I appreciate that, Lee.
I mean, seriously.
That makes me feel good, but I don't know.
I know a ton of people, but there are not many people who could have done this. This is completely amazing. Questions, guys? I think they want to know what's the next step. You've got your membership program. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your trial in that. Let's talk about how much it's going to cost. Let's talk about what they get. Let's talk about what plugins they need, get, et cetera, et cetera. Let's go ahead and let people know what's going on there.
All right. We're doing for anybody that kind of likes this, is interested in it, we're doing a $5.95 trial for anybody that wants to do it. What you get for that $5.95 is this. You get access to the first week's tutorials. The first week 1 tutorials has an action plan in it that includes building 100 sites. All right, you can buy 10 domains and build those domains out and build 90 subdomains. They work just as well as domains do, and so it costs you $100 to do that. But the action plan for week 1 is to build 100 sites, 100 WordPress installs. All right. Hardly anybody does that. Hardly anybody's able to. I can build 100 in 1 week without any trouble, but most people can't. Most people don't have the time that I have. But that is the action plan. And that's the slow action plan. This is not the advanced. This is the slow action plan. This is for beginners. Every action plan every week is really more than you can actually get done. But I'm a hard driver, and I like to see results. I like to get everything done as quickly as I can, and I want to show that to you. And you can see that for $5.95. On top of that, week 1 tutorial, you get access to the forum. You get access. I have tutorials in the forum that aren't even in the regular tutorials. If you wanted to do nothing but sit there and read through the forum, you would learn a ton in a week. A ton. There's things in there that nobody else is talking about because nobody else is doing them. And so that lasts for a week. $5.95 trials for a week. It's $37 a month after that. And that's, $37 a month, about $1 a day. So it's not that much. You can cancel at any time. And you move into week 2, you move into WordPress Momentum plugin, into tracking your rankings so that you can kind of read Google's mind and see what they like about your site. Then we move you right into redirection with ClickBank Magic Pro plugin, and we move you into linking in the 3rd week. You're already linking by the 3rd week, so if you go ahead and get on it and build those 100 sites in week 1 and week 3, you're already linking those. In 2 more weeks, you're already making commissions. One of the biggest things that just drives me insane is somebody new will come in and say, well, I'm not building 100 sites, man. That's just, no. I'm going to try it first, and then if it works, I'll scale up to 100. Well, here's how it works. If you only build 10, you only got 10 chances. You build 100, that means you got 100 chances. And scaling up to 100 is a misnomer. Scaling up to 1,000 is scaling up. Scaling up to 100, that 100 is just the beginning. 100 is it's a small beginning. I didn't start making really, really good money until I'd hit 300. And then once I saw that, I put it in high gear and got it on to 5,000. It took me 2 years to get it there, but I got it there. So if you come in and you think you're going to build 10 sites to test the method, don't even do it, because it's not worth it. You might find one site that does okay out of 10, but if you don't know what you're doing choosing niches, you might find 10 sites that don't do jack. That's why, 2 reasons I want you to build 100 sites. I want you to get the experience with WordPress that you get when you built your 100th WordPress site. You become a master at WordPress without thinking about it. That allows you to move a lot faster down the line and act quicker on any opportunities that you see, like trending things, like weight loss is going to become a trending thing right after Christmas, and bikini weight loss is going to become a thing in March, and taking advantage of those kind of trends. If you already know how to work WordPress and you're a master technician at it, then that makes those opportunities easier to get to while everybody else is struggling. So that's one reason I want you to build 100 sites. The other is you need to spread all of your eggs out in different baskets, and 10 baskets ain't enough. It just ain't enough. So anyway, it's $37 a month after that. But I can promise you that by month 2, you will have already made your money back, even possibly on your entire investment. Okay? And what does the entire investment consist of? $27 for ClickBank Magic Pro, $27 for WordPress Momentum. Not all at once. We stagger all this out. WordPress Magic is $147, and it's $147. It does all your content generation because it costs me hundreds of dollars a month to operate it, whether I make any sales on it or whether I don't. And that's just the way it is. It's an expensive tool, but it's a very powerful tool. It doesn't have footprints like other content generators like WordPress Magic have. WordPress Robot. So, I've got thousands and thousands of dollars in that too. And it actually has over 1 million lines of code. So it wasn't easy to get right. And we still work on it every month too.
Roger,
So,
can I say a couple of things?
Yeah, absolutely.
Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? And again, you guys, I've known Roger 2.5 years, and we're good friends. Your big profit center in your life is not this forum. It's your websites.
Yes.
I personally, you've kind of hinted at this. I kind of think you do this forum, frankly, because for some bizarre reason you like to teach people stuff.
Well, let me tell you.
That's kind of my take on it. I'm guessing, guys, when he's throwing out these numbers, this is not big money into Roger's pocket.
No.
I think this is almost a labor of love.
Let me tell you what happened, Lee, and I think I've told you this before, but I'll tell it for everybody else. I was a member of another newbie forum called Wealthy Affiliate. That's where I landed when I first got started trying to figure this out. And those guys just flat out lied.
Right.
And I did everything they told me to do, and I was standing around with nothing happening. I was working my ass off, and nothing was happening. I finally figured out what was going on, and I called them on their BS, and they wouldn't answer questions in their own forum where people were paying, and they threatened to kick me out because I was calling them on their dumb, stupid stuff. And finally, I just went ahead and left. I said, you know what? Screw you. I'll build a better training platform than you were about having, and my people will have more success than yours will, and I'll kick your ass up and down the highway. That was my attitude. That was what I did. I kind of regret it some because this forum doesn't make that much money for me.
Yeah, no, you and I've kind of talked about that.
It just doesn't, and that's just the way it is. I've got people who help me handle things, help me manage this forum. I have programmers. I have 2 programmers that I have to pay to keep these tools up. I have an assistant that handles mostly my sites, what little you have to handle them, but he's got a lot to handle, a lot to keep up with and organize. But this forum for me is turned into, I like to help people and see the light come on and see people make their first commissions. And that's and I spend, about 3 hours, maybe 4 hours in that forum a day answering questions. So do I need it to make more money for me? I do. I'm not going to lie. I need that forum to make more money because I spend an inordinate amount of time in that forum that doesn't make me a dime. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. But for $37 a month is ridiculous. You'll make way more than $37 a month if you put everything that I show you, everything that I've shown you tonight, if you put it to work that $37 a month is nothing. I've got people who have been in there 40 years. That tells you anything. And I've never really promoted it that big. You know, every once in a while you may have heard me say something about it, the Warrior Forum, or maybe on an OTO or something. But I've never promoted this forum.
Roger, I'm going to go ahead and drop the bit.ly link in here because I got people asking me for it.
Okay.
So guys, this is a very short bit.ly link. Just copy it or type it, and it will take you to where you can take Roger up on this trial offer. So John, I'm also going to pop this into the answer to your question, and everybody can see that. If you want that link, just let me know. Anybody. So yeah, I mean, you know, Roger, can we get like a notepad file or some sort of a space up here where you can just write down, you know, because we had $27 for something, and guys, it's not like you got to get in and then holy crap, suddenly you got to buy a bunch of stuff in week one. That's not the way this works. I mean, it's kind of like this is a real learning environment. Okay. Once you get to the point where it's time logically for you to get this piece of automation going for what you've learned, then you can buy the plugin. So, Roger, the trial period is 7 days?
Yes, the trial period is 7 days.
So Roger's going to just write down. Hang on, Dale. We'll make sure that you. Yeah, I understand. We'll make sure that that's answered, and Curtis too.
ClickBank, Magic Pro is 27, and WordPress Magic is 147, and then WordPress Link Master Pro is it's 67. If you want to do it on your own, if you know command line and you can handle the link exchange, this plugin that goes out and grabs all the links from all your sites, that plugin is $67. If you want the service for the link exchange, that is a $149 up front, and then $25 per month for hosting and management.
In other words, that link exchange thing's pretty much a done-for-you thing.
Oh yeah, all you have to do is upload your links to it. We don't want to mess with any of your links.
Roger, let's get real clear on these numbers. Which of these numbers are a one-time payment, and which of these numbers are a monthly payment?
All of these are one-time payment that you see highlighted right here. And then if you have the service, it's $25 per month.
Okay. And again, guys, it's not like you have to buy this all at one time. It'll be a while before you need to buy this stuff, according to how fast you go.
Yeah, it'll be, depending on how fast you go. I mean, you might get there in 2 months. If you're a real hustler and you want to build 100 sites in a week, then you've got 30 to 45 days before you need all this.
Okay, cool. Got some. I'm just kind of flipping back through here and looking at. I've had several questions about hosting. What level of hosting do you need to make this happen in a way that you're going to make some serious money after a given period of time?
What we do, what all my advanced students are doing, they're not building 100 sites. They're building 6 gigantic sites that probably total somewhere around 1 million pages, and they're doing that on a reseller account. And here's another nifty thing and another way that I've learned how to save money and time and make more money at the same time is we'll build, I'm having them build 12 sites, okay? 6 sites equal about 1 million pages. They can get those 1 million pages on one $25 a month reseller account at HostGator. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Once WordPress Magic has gone through and finished all those jobs that I showed you in the status column there, once all those jobs turn green and they're completed, I've got another set of videos that shows you how to go in and clone that cPanel, move it over to another cPanel, put those million pages on 6 different domains, same content, same everything. They behave differently. You start backlinking them, and they start making you money.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that we do that is actually a big time savings, but you've got to go through the rest of it in order to get to that point.
Right.
So, and I didn't even put that in here.
Yeah, that's kind of like an advanced topic. Tom,
it really is.
Tom, I'm going to get to your question in a sec. Hamat wants to know, how many domains do you need to buy to get started? Like for your 100 sites.
Yeah, for your 100 sites, I'd buy 10 domains, and this is in the tutorials. I'd buy 10 domains and put a WordPress installation on each one of them, and then I'd do 9 subdomains off of each one of those domains. That would give you a total of 100 WordPress installs, and those things will rock. They'll rock really well. There's another option, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they can go for the advanced package if they want it, where everything is condensed into 8 weeks. It's $497 up front, but it's free access for a year. It actually saves saves a little money because they can get to a more advanced stage a lot quicker.
Right.
And a lot of my students who had the regular subscription, once I opened that up, they jumped right into it.
Surely.
Because it's a good deal.
That $497, now would you have to add all these plugins on top of that?
Yeah, you do have to add all those plugins on top of that, but you get everything a lot quicker, and if you're a hustler, you get your money back quicker.
Right, right. So now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that would be for somebody who really thinks this is a good thing for them to do and who has basic skills, like basic WordPress skills, who understands what a permalink is and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, if you know what a permalink is and you can tell me verbally how to change it without looking, then you've got enough skill to go with the advanced course. Right. If you've never installed WordPress before, that advanced course isn't for you.
Right, right. But the advanced course, you don't have to be like Mr. or Mrs. PHP programmer to do the advanced course. See what I'm saying?
Just like you saw everything that I walked through over and over.
Yeah. So guys,
it's that easy. If you just follow along with the video, anybody can do it.
If you've got some basic WordPress skills.
New people cannot do. If something screws up, they don't know how to.
Yeah, I think Roger kind of.
To help them troubleshoot things. I mean, anybody's welcome to get in. marker here.
Hello.
Highlighter. Hey, okay, I got you back now.
Okay, cool. So y'all were talking and cool stuff. I mean,
Well, I was sitting here drawing on my. Go ahead, Lee.
I don't know. You know, I hate GoToWebinar, but anyway. Yeah.
I like Google Hangouts a lot better.
I do too once we figured them out, or once you figured them out. You're the one that figured it out. I just said, you know, I'll figure it out someday. Okay. Now, I got a whole bunch of questions. And these are all very valid questions.
All right,
let me back up a little bit. Tom says, thinks it's great. What kind of traffic do these sites generate? I think his real question is the next part of his question. What kind of income is possible here? Because who cares about the traffic? We really just care about the money, I think, Tom.
Yeah. I mean, I have a guy named Richard Richard is, if you guys saw the screenshots of the earnings that I was sending out, well, no, they didn't see that. Your list is not my list. So
yeah, they didn't see that.
I've got a guy that's been in there about 75 days now, and he was making money before he hit the 60-day mark, and he's one of those that he didn't build 100 sites like I asked him to. He just wanted to test, but Richard already knew a little something about niches, and he knew which ones paid the best. So that's what he started in, and he's making I'd say $200 to $300 a week. Well, he made a little over $1,000 last month, and I think he built maybe 10 sites.
So Richard, but granted, he knew a little bit more about niches, so he had a little more sophistication there. But he built 10 sites. He's making 1,000. But honestly, guys, that sounds to me like, Roger, that might be a little on the high side on average. I know this is a very nebulous question, and I mean, it's a very fair question, but it's almost impossible to answer.
Yeah, without being able to evaluate the person who's asking the question, when it'll take me 15 minutes to evaluate them on what they know and what their skills are, I can't really give them a hard answer. And I get that all the time.
Surely. Well,
it's just tough to.
It's a very fair question that doesn't really have an answer. But Tom, I think the 1,000's got to be on the high side. Okay, so don't go into this thinking I'm going to make $1,000 a month in 60 days. But that does kind of tell you that we're not talking about making $15 a month. Okay. I mean, this is real money. And you're talking, Roger, when you're talking about this guy, Richard, he's on the slow program, right?
Yeah, he's on the slow program. He's not even in the advanced.
Yeah, so
he hasn't published 1 million pages yet.
Right, he's just basically going through he's still in the learning, very much in the learning curve, yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, if you need more information about that, just let me know. We're happy to talk about it, but honestly, it's kind of hard to pinpoint and say, yeah, you will do this by such and such time. Danny wants to know, can you share some of your recent students' success with this? Well, you just shared Richard. Did you have anybody else in mind that?
Yeah, I've got this kid. I want to tell you all about this kid. I call him a kid. I'm 44 now, and this kid, Caleb, he's a sharp individual, and he's a very hard worker. When he got into the accelerated class, he decided after 4 weeks that he was going to drop out of college, and this is what he's going to do.
Oh, God.
I mean, no, his dad is a colonel in the Air Force, so this kid knows what discipline is, and, kids whose fathers are colonels in the Air Force, they don't just flop off and do stupid things while their dad's watching. And
not while dad's watching.
His dad. Right, exactly. And so he made a decision. He ran it by his parents. They agreed to it after seeing his earnings after his 5th week or something like that. But Caleb found a niche that I didn't even know about. And with AdSense, he was getting $45 a click in this niche. Now, I promised him I'd never give this niche up. I promised him I'd never get into it myself, and I won't. But man alive, when you're making $45 a click, they start to add up fast. So he has been a really good example, and probably made the most money. But he purchased the coaching package along with the advanced program. So he paid me $1,000 to get $500 for the advanced and $500 to get some personal time with me. And I basically didn't limit anybody on the personal time. He took 2 coaching calls with me, and I hadn't heard from him since. I see him in the forum, and he answers questions in the forum, but he doesn't bother me because he knows exactly where he's going.
Right.
And all he did was take everything that I had in the tutorials, put it all to work, and he's moving on his way enough, and he's confident enough in the money that he's making that he decided to quit college. So you take that for whatever it's worth.
Those are 2 excellent examples, because you got an example of somebody on the more, I wouldn't call it the slow program, but on the more methodical program, and then you got an example of somebody on the advanced program, both of whom are doing very, very well. Making real money. We're not talking about making.
Let me give you an example of somebody that's not doing well too.
Okay, let's talk about that. That's cool.
Right. No. I had a guy that also paid me $1,000, $500 for the advanced course and $500 for personal time. And I spent an hour on the phone with him every week for 11 weeks. He built 2 sites. He didn't make any money. He spent a bunch of money up front. He was not willing to accept responsibility for his failure. You know what he did? He got on his credit card and
did a
he did a chargeback on me and told the credit card company that one of his teenage sons, which he doesn't even have, got on and spent all that money
for God's sake,
without letting him know.
That's sad.
It runs the gamut. If you want to be that guy, you can be that guy. But if you want to be the guy that actually starts making money and takes responsibility for your own actions and your own failures, you can do that too. So I get people from, all walks of life, both sides of the track. Dude, I got another guy I want to tell you about. This guy is named Rowe Mallory, and y'all are going to hear about him real soon because we're doing a story on him in a case study. He is 26 years old. He was in 72 different foster homes from the time he was 6 years old until he was 16.
Damn. That's 5 a year.
72.
No, 6 years old, 16. That's 7 a year. That's like 1 every 2 months.
Yeah, he said that, he was beaten in those homes, and he learned everything that he learned on his own. He dropped out of high school so he could get out of those kinds of situations he was in just to get out on his own and go to work. And, man, he has such a good attitude, and I have so much respect for him because he is knocking this stuff in the head.
Cool.
I mean, he's not that technical of a guy, but he gets in there and he digs and he learns it. And Rowe and I are going to be friends for a long time because I know he's dedicated.
Cool. Curtis wants to know, can you get the advanced course later after you make a little money?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. John says, I'm missing the reason or the way the 6 sites with 1 million pages will be monetized, or are they redirecting to a money site?
They're redirecting to a money site. You're going to start redirecting those either to domain parking with AdSense, which is very profitable, or you're going to redirect them to ClickBank, one of the two, depending on the niche. See, the first 6 sites you build, what I suggest to my students is you grab these 6 sites and you redirect all of them to domain parking AdSense. Then you build another 6 sites that's a good ClickBank product, and you redirect them over to ClickBank. And then once those first 6 sites are all built out and all of your posts have posted, you grab those, you clone those sites, put them on another cPanel, and redirect those to ClickBank. So now you've got 6 sites going to AdSense, and then 6 more sites with the same keywords going over to ClickBank.
Yeah.
You see which one makes you the most money, and then you swap the one that's making the least money.
Sweet. Sweet.
That's what I suggest everybody do.
Danny wants to know if Lee is advanced enough to do this. Danny's known for a long time.
Lee has done this.
Yeah, Lee's advanced enough to do this. Barely.
He's a mathematician, for God's sake. That's what this is all about.
Getting several questions about how long this offer is going to be available for these guys. What do you want to do about that?
Yeah, we're going to run this offer until we get about 1,000 people in the forum, and after that, I'm going to have to shut it down because
the $5.95 trial thing.
Yeah, we're going to run it until we get 1,000 people.
Okay, so it's pretty much open until you decide to close it.
Yeah, but I've got some people with 250,000 people on their lists that are getting ready to promote this.
Yeah.
So you're the first one, Lee.
Cool.
And I don't know how those other guys are going to do or how good their lists are or whatever, but I know that once I get to 1,000 people, I won't be able to handle it anymore. It's going to be 8 to 10 hours worth of work a day for me.
Yeah.
So, since there's only one of me, I can only handle so much at a time.
Dale says he can't get the purchase link to work. Dale, I put that in my browser, and actually it linked over there. You might want to make sure that you actually copied it right, because it's BIT and there's a dot there, and then LY / my name and Roger's name, Lee Roger. So try that again. Guys, we have kept Roger on here an hour and a half, and this is just, thank you, Roger. I mean, this is incredible stuff.
Man,
but we kind of need to wrap it up. Does anybody have any pressing questions that need to be asked? There's going to be a replay, and I'll have that up, and I'll just mail that to everybody. But, any pressing questions on this? Hang on. John says, how long on the $37 to get to the advanced information? I think what John is saying is on the $37 track, how fast will he get to the advanced information? And I'm guessing that by advanced information, John means the million-page website stuff.
Yeah, John, it's a good question, and you actually do wind up getting the same tutorials to go advanced, and they start at week 8 or 9, but they stretch out way beyond that because for people who are not advanced, I had to break it up because it's too much. It fries a lot of people's brains for the people who don't have some good experience behind them. So it's stretched out pretty good. I think you'll start getting them at 8 or 9 weeks, but they stretch on out to, I don't know, whatever, 20, 22, 23, something like that.
Cool. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Last call for questions. Cool. I think we got it, Roger.
Okay. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. This was completely amazing.
I appreciate that.
Yes, Danny. John's asking, is there a link in the forum for the advanced? In other words, I'm guessing that once he purchases the $37 a month thing and he decides he's going to go for the advanced thing, I'm sure that you'll be able to hook him up with that.
Oh, yeah, we'll point you in the right direction. Just if you don't see it anywhere, it's in there in a couple places, but if you don't see it, just ask a question in the general thread, general marketing thread, and we'll get you set up in the right direction.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. I thought it was amazing. And Roger, thank you so much. I'm going to end the webinar.
All right. Thanks for having me, Lee. Good night, guys.